I'm looking at Joker's comment here, and he says single men have no hope when you have greedy corporations and big government welfare programs. And I completely disagree with you on that.
I do too.
We have no hope. No, I don't agree with you on that. I think single men have a lot more power than you think.
I disagree with that comment that he said. I definitely disagree with Joker. Like we do have hope. That's why we on this podcast, to spread the hope. So we are three men up here telling you that, hey, it is a better way. There is hope. There is good men out there. We are leaders. You got three leaders right here. So this is the hope.
I can only speak for the black community as a black man. No matter how tough things get, the majority of us are is gonna find a way to prosper. There is no, all right, well, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here and not do nothing, whatever. Now, you do have people who do have the hood mentality, who do not look to do better for themselves. They say, I'm gonna stay in the hood because that's all they know, and they're comfortable with that situation. But the average black family that actually lives in the hood is looking to get out of the hood. They just don't have the money or the means to do so at the time.
Or the knowledge to do so.
Exactly. But once they achieve that, they're out. They're not looking to stay in that situation, so to speak. So that's the main reason why I disagree, is because we've been fighting and struggling all our lives, and we just find a way to make it happen. We're not gonna make excuses to say, oh, the white man is holding me down, this or whatever the case may be. No, if I'm not successful, it's because I'm not allowing myself to be successful. I'm not putting in the maximum effort that I should. Because we live in a moment now where even though there's big corporations, you still can make a living without being tied to a big corporation.
I do also feel as though the conveniency is easy to fall back into play, because when you are in the hood and all you see is people in the same mentality, you don't see anything outside of that. It becomes it's easy for me to fall back into a fallback plan because I don't have anybody telling me that there's more. I use my husband as an example because he's come from a very harsh background, but he felt as though in his head that he wanted to be somebody else. He wanted to be something different. He didn't fit in. There was something about him when he was younger that it just kept pulling him. And eventually he was that person who he joined the military, got himself together, came out the military, became successful, met his wife, and decided that he wanted to make a legacy, not just make babies. And because of that, people look at him and they sometimes envy him a little bit because they feel as though he needs to be where they are or how they are or whatever the case may be. But there's also some people that actually look up to him and actually honor what he has done and what he's doing. But that's the issue, because sometimes when you get those people that envy you, it makes you feel like, oh, maybe I should be doing what they're doing, because then they'll like accept me again, because I'm not being accepted because of the change I've made, or you acting new, or you acting different, and you brand new, and you don't want to do the things we used to do. Yeah, my husband says all the time, Jay-Z said, just because I'm from the hood doesn't mean I'm going to be kicking in the hood with you. Like, doesn't mean I'm that person. I became a better person for a reason.
Right. You know, and they smack and beating. They're getting girls.
He was a very soft person. That's who he was.
And I'm going, peace, and I think you're beautiful. And they're going to me, well, I like him because he's masculine.
2 years later, he plays Bishop. And that character that he created with Bishop influenced millions of people. And he stayed in that character. Because I literally would see him flip-flop from one character to the other, because we would hang out, we'd play pool, and famously people would say, your friend looks like Tupac.
Wow, your friend looks like Tupac. Now,
that's crazy.
I'm just let y'all talk, ladies.
What?
Oh my Lord. Oh
yeah,
my.
because we want to know, where did this persona of I need a bad boy come from?
So I'm going to jump into that. I feel as though a lot of that persona came from, again, people above us who have a narrative that are trying to destroy the community. So not only was it in music, it was in movies, it was in TV shows. Some TV shows had it. So there was a little trickle of it. It wasn't as heavy promoted as it is nowadays, but it was still there. And I feel like that is where the influence came from and started to kind of manifest in all these women's head, where it was like, oh, the guy that opens the door is corny. Oh, the guy that takes me out to eat and pays for the bill, he's corny. And now if you look at society now, he's completely irrelevant.
Little by little by little, it was introduced, it was fed, because no conspiracy or whatever you want to call it is just gonna just be blatant, like, okay, this is the big plan, let's just dismantle the whole family and destroy everybody. It's not gonna come out that way. It's little by little. And you have women that back then that were perfectly happy, not to put it this way. Remember with Eddie Murphy when I'll watch it because his mouth back then, but it was funny. Raw.
I agree.
Eddie, you know what I mean? Sorry to say it that way, but you get these women and these different people that are saying, oh, well, you know, you should have more, or why are you just at home? There was a whole generation of women that were okay with being at home.
Cosmopolitan.
Being the homemaker, exactly.
If you think divorce is different from welfare, you are a fool. It's the same thing. You just call it something different. It removes the man. Simply put, it removes man, putting the power in the hand of the woman. This is why you have so many crazy things going on with these children. I'm not going to go to the soundbite because I'm trying to keep this whatever. If we want to go hard, we go on Rumble. But right now, the reason why is because we have so many men scared to make a move. They're terrified to make a move. And this is what really gets me when we have people of other persuasions thinking it's not affecting them. That kills me. You know, I sit here and I hear people saying, well, you got to take responsibility. It's not the system. But then turn right around and say, it's the system that's doing this to divorces and the family courts and stuff. I'm like, wait, back up. Pause. Why is it when our community talks about it, it's not the system? But when you talk about it, it is the system.
What you said is kind of like I agree and I kind of disagree. Like, I do think that as of now, it is kind of our fault of why we are the way we are. But we have to think back and we have to like look at the bigger picture of things, and we kind of got to go back to slavery. Back in 1712, there was a letter written by Willie Lynch, How to Break a Slave. And in that letter, he states exactly what to do. I don't know if you guys play chess, but we know the most important piece on that chessboard is the king. However, if your queen dies, then you start getting worried, because your queen is the one that can make all the moves for you. That's your most precious advisor. So I'll go back to say that in that letter, it states how to break the female. So females been under attack since they came out here, but since we came over here, I should say, females has been under attack. From the letter, it states that, like, they broke the female by raping her, by disrespecting the most alpha male in front of her. So they made her submissive, so she can then teach her offspring, you know, to follow, you know, the plantation leaders. So it goes all the way back from 1712. This is all by design, and like it's kind of like the modern day, like you see it in like modern day now with like these female rappers or these women that say, hey, I don't need a man, because ever since we came over here, we've been indoctrinated that men are nothing.